Marvel Rivals is dropping a big balance update going into season 2, and yeah, some of these changes might shake up the meta. We have buffs to Moon Knight, Hulk, we got nerfs to Strange, Bucky. So in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down every major change and giving you the straight facts and letting you know if your main is getting cooked or you eating good. So let's get into it. And if you like videos like this where I talk about Marvel Rivals, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's free and it helps me out a lot. First on the list here is Captain America. He's gonna be receiving a nerf. They're gonna be reducing his base health from 675 to 650, and then they're also going to be reducing the shield from 400 to 350. This nerf isn't too bad. It just makes you have to think more about just camping in the backline and annoying the supports more as a Captain America player. So this will make you play a little smarter in terms of how long you're in the backline before you have to come back and play with the team. Along with that, Captain America is also becoming an anchor for a team up ability with Winter Soldier, and in the team up, Captain America gains a maximum health increase of 100 and a 5% boost in damage output, which is absolutely huge. And then Winter Soldier unlocks the devastating stellar impact ability through his team up with Captain America, where they just come together and clash. This will help him get out of the front lines. This will help him dive kind of with Captain America, so not too bad. Next up on the list is Doctor Strange. They're gonna be nerfing him, and I feel like they always kind of nerf Doctor Strange and adjust them with every patch, so this patch is no different. They're gonna be going ahead and nerfing him from 18 to 16 on his projectile primary fire, and then they're also going to reduce the ratio on his magic from 1.3 to 1.2. Overall, Doctor Strange has been a meta tank for all the seasons so far, so this nerf to him might have you considering maybe choosing someone else, just because you're not going to get that burst damage that he did have in the last seasons. Next up on the list is Hulk. He's going to be getting a massive update to his character. They're increasing the base movement speed from 600 to 650 while reducing the cooldown time for his incredible leap from 0.7 seconds to 0.5 seconds. If you remember in season 0 and in season 1, his ban rate was through the roof, and now in 1.5 it's kind of tapered off a little bit. I don't see him get banned, and I also don't see him played a lot in my games, at least. I know he's really good high elo when you're more organized, but this will be massive going forward. I expect to see Hulk played in a lot of games, and especially those higher elo games, he'll dominate or he'll even get banned more often. So kind of excited to see the tank meta switch up a little bit more and have more viable tanks to play. Next up on the list is Magneto. Shout out my boy Persixo. He's going to be getting a nerf to his ultimate ability. It's going to take him a little bit longer to get that, given how all the players kind of adjusted and used this ult more defensively now and how strong it is and how it takes out basically any support ult in the game. I don't mind this change, but it shouldn't make him any less desirable to play him in the future. He's going to be also losing the team up with Wanda and losing that sword, but now he's a team up anchor with Emma Frost, who's coming out soon, and Psylocke. So Emma gains a maximum health increase of 100. Magneto receives a magnetic resonance ability through his team up with Emma Frost, and Psylocke receives soul resurgence ability through her team up with Emma Frost. So it'll be interesting to see how this one works as opposed to the Wanda team up with Magneto, so make sure you stay tuned. Next up on the list is Thor, and he's getting an increase in survivability. They are increasing his base health from 525 to 600, and then increasing his base movement speed from 600 to 650. Again, another tank that I don't see a lot, but is very fun to play. He's kind of that hybrid between tank and DPS. However, his survivability was pretty low, so giving him an extra 75 health to compensate for the fact that he doesn't have any shield or any abilities like that, and then increasing his movement speed will make him more appealing to play. Very excited to get my hands on this new Thor. Next up on the list is Hela, and she'll see a reduction in mobility while slightly enhancing her offensive power. They're going to be increasing the cooldown time for her little bird from 12 seconds to 15 seconds so she can't just run away when she's dove. They're also increasing her damage of her piercing knight from 30 to 35. They're also decreasing cooldown time for Soul Drainer from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. Overall, this seems like a little bit of a balance for her, reducing her mobility where she can't just get around the map easily enough, and then they're also increasing her damage a little bit. Not too bad. Next up on the list is Moon Knight. He's getting a buff improving maneuverability, the ultimate, and then survivability. On his main attack, he's getting an increase in projectile speed from 120 meters per second to 115. The Moon Blade effect, which is his big blade, will give him an extra 25 bonus health with each enemy hit, up to a max of 100. 3 seconds after the bonus health stops increasing, it'll start a fall off rate of 20 per second. So this is actually massive upgrades to Moon Knight. And then he's also getting the pull startup time from 0.4 seconds to 0.1 seconds. So this means he'll instantly just get out the way. And then their ultimate is getting another big buff from 3.5 seconds to 4 seconds. and then they'll increase the number of hands coming down this ult from 14 to 18. So overall, really good changes to Moon Knight. Next up on the list is Winter Soldier, and I made a whole video about him needing to get nerfed, and they finally did it. So they increased the cooldown time for the bionic hook from 8 seconds to 12 seconds, and then they reduced the base damage of the Kraken Impact, his ultimate, from 100 to 80. So this will be massive going forward for Bucky. So this is finally the nerf that we are expecting to see. I wish they could do a little bit more, but I guess they'll have to see how we react to this nerf. Another major nerf is coming to Adam Warlock, which is kind of confusing, but he's getting an increase in the cooldown for the Soul Bond from 30 seconds to 40 seconds, but they are kind of balancing him with that for the ult now restores 30% of a ally's maximum health instead of just a fixed 100. But I just don't think that Adam Warlock needed this nerf, given that you don't really see him too often, and when you do, is he really that big of a problem? I don't know, maybe some higher ranked players can tell me, but as far as I see in my GM and Celestial lobbies, Adam Warlock isn't that big of a problem. And last but definitely not least is Rocket Raccoon. A lot of people in the community absolutely hate this character. I don't, but this is what they're doing. So they're extending the cooldown for his jetpack dash from 6 seconds to 10 seconds and reducing the dash distance from 10 meters to 8 meters. And this is the biggest thing happening, is they're changing his ult, the enjoying the amplifier. Instead of getting a 40% damage boost, you're now going to be getting a 25% damage boost. But a new effect will come in where during the ability's duration, people within the range will receive an additional 100 bonus health per second, capping at 150. After breaking line of sight of it or stepping outside the range, the bonus health starts to fall off after 1 second at a rate of 75 health points per second. Overall, people playing with a Rocket Raccoon will now actually be able to enjoy the amplifier, as it gives some health now instead of just a straight damage boost. Overall, this patch feels like the devs are definitely trying to even up the playing field and open up more comp variety, which is great to see. But let me know what you think. Are you going to be playing Moon Knight? Are you going to stop playing Doctor Strange? Are you going to play Hulk more? Either way, drop your takes in the comments. I'm responding to every single one of them. And if you enjoy videos where I talk about my rivals just like this, then hit that like button and subscribe. I got you covered. See you on the next one. Peace.